I have seen 2-3 very interesting things that come out. Number one is the fact that you get a lot of young and experienced people who interact with each other. So networks are created. That's a very important thing, especially in the scientific community. Number two, there are these offline discussions, like what Dr. Chauhan just mentioned about landslide atlas and the flood atlas. So we were mildly aware that there is something like this, but the fact that it is 50 meters by 50 meters and it is 30 years archive data of actual floods and archive data of actual landslides, this is monumental discovery on the spot right over there. Maybe you can mark that out and put a big flag mast over there. And also the importance of that data for not just insurance, but also researchers. Like we just yesterday were having a detailed discussion with a professor from the IIT, and he was telling us that this is the kind of data we need to be able to even create a forecast model for Wayanad type landslides. And it's not just Wayanad, as Sir mentioned, Dr. Chauhan mentioned, Rudraprayag is your number one most probabilistic district where you have issues regards landslides. And it's not that landslides can happen anywhere. There are certain polygons and then certain points that are pointed out by GSI, and also this data that tells you and informs you. So once that data is there and it is open, as Dr. Chauhan has just said that he would basically work with Dr. Durga Rao and organize that, we'll be writing to you, sir. And thank you so much for this really big outcome of this NIDM workshop, which is 80 minutes away from central Delhi, but it is really worth it. And that landslide data and the flood data will be of great use, not just to insurance companies, but to researchers and science in this country. That would be one of the biggest contributions of not just this workshop, but it would be actually a hats off and a real kind of bouquet of really A-class flowers to NRSC and ISRO for the kind of effort that we have. So this is something that I really thank you for, sir. And lastly, what I would like to say is that these kind of workshops in NIDM is very important. This is the kind of workshop that should slowly expand into a flagship course of the NIDM. You can call it a disaster management course, you can call it any course. But that course should be your course. You should become like the Indian Institutes of Management or the Indian Institutes of Technology. The way forward for the NIDM, my personal view, is that NIDM should eventually be moving into 5 or 6 NIDMs. NIDM Delhi, NIDM X, NIDM Y. And NIDM should run a 5-month, 1-year actual course, certified, and disaster management professionals should come from this institution. And that is when your SIDMs and other training institutions can develop. So building NIDM into a flagship organization for disaster management, not just for India, for the rest of the region, is something where I see this institution going. A very good beginning has been made over the years, and all of us can just incrementally help it. So thank you so much for inviting all of us and conducting this workshop. Thank you.